It pays that you have a reliable survival rifle these days. You simply want that dependable means of protecting yourself in any given situation, whether you're within or outside your abode. You can't just feel safe these days, right? Lucky for you, as a prepper of over 2 decades, I have some serious recommendations for these rifles that should be checked out. Fellow preppers, this is Ted from Ant Prepper, and today I'll be dropping some of my top choices for survival rifles that could potentially save your life on multiple occasions. But before I begin, I humbly ask each of you to hit the like and subscribe buttons. Those little clicks will help me create more videos that are helpful to preppers and those who simply want to survive this crazy world. Now let's get started. Henry R7 Survival Rifle. The Henry AR-7 U.S. Survival Rifle is one of those guns that just makes sense when we're talking survival. Originally designed back in the late 1950s for U.S. Air Force pilots as a last resort firearm if they got down behind enemy lines, they got a legacy built around reliability and portability. Today we don't see the AR-7 being carried around by pilots anymore, but Henry has taken that proven design and given it some modern updates without losing what made it great in the first place. For me, it's one of the best survival rifles out there because it's lightweight, compact, and purpose-built for situations where every ounce and inch counts. One of the coolest features of the AR-7 is how it breaks down and stores inside its own stock. Yes, I think that's the reason why this gun remains hot in the market. You got the receiver, barrel, and magazine that all tuck neatly into the impact-resistant ABS synthetic stock, which also floats. Yeah, it actually floats if it gets dropped in water. Once packed up, it's just 16.5 inches long and weighs a mere 3.5 pounds. That makes it crazy easy to toss in a backpack or stash in your bug-out bag without taking up too much space or adding too much weight. The barrel is about 16 inches long and made from steel, covered with a Teflon-coated finish for corrosion resistance. It's not just for looks, though. That coating means that this gun can hold up in wet, harsh environments without rusting out on you. The receiver is also coated with the same Teflon finish, giving it an extra layer of durability. The rifle is chambered in .22 LR, which makes a lot of sense for survival. You see, the .22 ammo is lightweight, cheap, and easy to carry in bulk, and it's plenty effective for small game hunting and varmint control. Plus, it's not going to beat you up with recoil, so you can stay accurate shot after shot. The rifle comes with 2 8-round magazines, which can both be stored inside the stock as well. That's a nice touch because it keeps everything self-contained. You're not scrambling to find loose mags when you need to assemble them quickly. Speaking of assembly, it's tool-free and takes just a minute or two to put together. You just screw the barrel onto the receiver, lock it down, and you're good to go. It's a semi-auto action, so you're able to send follow-up shots fast if you need to. Sights on the AR-7 are simple and effective, and this is something that you should gravitate to this rifle. You've got an adjustable rear peep sight and a blade front sight. They're basic but surprisingly precise for what this rifle is intended for. It's not a long-range tack driver by any means, but it's great for taking down rabbits, squirrels, or other small critters that might end up on your dinner plate in a survival scenario. And when push comes to shove, even a 2-legged being won't be safe. The accuracy is pretty solid within 50 yards, which is about what you'd expect from a .22 in a lightweight platform. Mossberg Patriot LR Tactical. When it comes to survival, you might just need a rifle that's built like a tank and shoots smoothly. Many rifles can fit this description, but this time, I'll be bringing the Mossberg Patriot LR Tactical to the table. This thing is made to take a beating and keep on performing, whether you're out hunting game to put food on the table or defending your camp from whatever's lurking in the shadows. Right off the bat, what I love about this rifle is the spiral fluted bolt. It's not just there for show, it actually reduces the weight of the entire gun and makes the cycling super smooth. When you're out in the sticks and need to chamber a round fast, that slick action makes a difference. Plus, the oversized bolt handle is a godsend when you're wearing gloves or dealing with wet, nasty weather. It just feels right and tacky in your hand, and these things are important when you're in a high-stress situation. The barrel is a medium bull profile made from 4140 steel and has a 5/8 by 24 thread at the muzzle, which is awesome for throwing on a suppressor or a muzzle brake. Having that versatility is crucial, especially when you're trying to keep noise down to avoid drawing attention, or when you just want to soften the recoil for quicker follow-up shots. The barrel itself is heavy enough to stay cool and rigid during longer shooting sessions, but it's not that bulky that it becomes a pain to lug around. I can tell Mossberg balanced it just right. The stock is one of the best parts of this setup. Mossberg slapped on an MDT chassis with an adjustable length of pull and comb height, which means you can dial it in to fit you perfectly. It doesn't matter if you're shooting prone or off a bipod, since the rifle feels like it's molded to your shoulder. That adjustable cheek riser is also fantastic when you've got a scope mounted, as it lets you keep your line of sight steady and comfortable. Plus, the aluminum V-block bedding locks the action down tight, giving you consistent accuracy, shot after shot. Speaking of accuracy, this thing comes with a factory-installed 20 MOA Picatinny rail, so mounting your optic is a breeze. Having that built-in elevation is a nice touch, especially if you're stretching out for long shots. The MLOK slots on the forend give you plenty of options for mounting accessories like a bipod or a light. It's just a solid modular setup that lets you tweak it however you need. One of the things I really appreciate is the AICS-style magazine system. You get 10+1 rounds of .308 Winchester or 6.5 Creedmoor, or 7+1 with 6.5 PRC. Those detachable mags are quick to swap out, which is a lifesaver if you're in a tight spot or just need to reload fast. And they feed minus the jams or hiccups. It's just smooth and reliable. Finally, it's a trigger. Mossberg's lightning bolt action trigger is adjustable from 2 to 7 pounds. I've got mine set at around 3 pounds, and it breaks like glass. You don't get that creepy, mushy feel that some factory triggers have. It's downright crisp and predictable, which makes a huge difference when you're trying to make a precision shot. Taurus Expedition. The Taurus Expedition rifle was built with reliability. It is a dependable tool designed to handle just about anything nature throws at you. In fact, it's not just a rifle for me. It's a partner that I can really count on when the stakes are high. First off, the core of this rifle is the Remington 700 Action. That's a proven design right there. It's rock solid, reliable, and compatible with a ton of aftermarket parts. If you're looking to customize it down the road, nothing's gonna stop you. The action cycle's smooth as butter, and that's no joke when you're in a high-pressure situation and need a fast follow-up shot. Meanwhile, the 3-lug bolt design with a 60-degree throw is impressive. I guarantee that you're not going to snag on your scope or gear when you're cycling it, and it just feels fast and clean. The barrel is hammer-forged, which is exactly what you want when accuracy matters. Taurus went with 416R stainless steel, so not only is it precise, but it's also tough enough to take some abuse without losing its zero. They've really dialed in the consistency here. It's sub-MOA accuracy right out of the box. I've tested mine with a bunch of different loads, and it doesn't seem to care what I feed it. It still holds tight groups at a distance. I can tell Taurus didn't skimp on quality, and that's something that's hard to find at this price point. One of the best features is the stock design. It has this scalloped cut that fits perfectly in gun saddles, so if you're out in the field or on the move, it sits nice and stable. There are MLOK attachment points too, which is a huge plus. I'm big on keeping my setup modular, and being able to throw on a bipod or sling without a hassle is just practical. They even added a Spartan precision attachment point, so you've got options right off the bat. The trigger is another strong point. It's modeled after the Remington 700 style enclosed trigger with a 2-position safety. It's not adjustable, but honestly, it doesn't need to be. The pull weight feels just right. It's already crisp, clean, and consistent. I barely get any of that mushy feel that cheaper rifles sometimes have. This predictable break is also what you need when you're lining up a shot on a buck, or even a smaller game. That predictable break is exactly what you want. I'm also down with its magazine system. It takes AICS pattern mags, which are pretty much the gold standard for hunting rifles. They're durable, feed smoothly, and you're not going to have a hard time finding extras. Detachable mags are a must for me when I'm out and about because reloading needs to be fast and fuss-free. The mags drop free and lock in nice and secure, so no worries about them popping out when you're on the move. Browning XBolt 2, all-purpose. One of my personal favorites for modern survival rifles is the Browning XBolt 2 all-purpose. This rifle is built to keep up with you, whether you're up against harsh weather, rugged terrain, or long-distance shots. For me, this is the kind of rifle that feels solid in your hands and doesn't make you second-guess your shot, which is exactly what you need when every round counts. One of the biggest highlights of the XBolt 2 all-purpose is the Veritech composite stock in OD green. It's not just for looks, as this stock is fully adjustable for length of pull, comb height, and even grip angle. You can really dial it in to fit your body and shooting style, which makes a massive difference when you're trying to get that perfect sight picture. Plus, the composite material holds up against all kinds of weather, so you don't have to baby it out in the field. The barrel is another big win. It has a 16.5-inch heavy sporter contour barrel, which is compact enough to maneuver through dense brush without sacrificing accuracy. The barrel's also threaded, so throwing on a suppressor or muzzle brake is something you can do anytime. But at the same time, it doesn't get front-heavy like some other rifles do when you start adding accessories. That balance is crucial when you're hiking through rough terrain or lining up a quick shot. Now, one of the most practical upgrades on the XBolt 2 is the new Plus magazine system. It's a single-stack proprietary magazine that holds 4, 5, or even 6 rounds, depending on the cartridge. It feeds smoothly and consistently without the hassle of jam-ups or misfeeds. That's something you'll definitely appreciate when you're in the field and need reliable follow-up shots. I've run mine through various loads, and it handles them all with 0 issues. The fully fluted bolt is another feature I need to mention. It helps to shave the gun some weight while also keeping the action smooth and consistent. Working the bolt feels effortless, and that's a big deal when you're trying to stay on target between shots. And its DLX trigger is simply functional. It's user-adjustable and breaks crisp at around 3 pounds. You can fine-tune it to your preference, which is great if you like a lighter or slightly heavier pull. Browning thought about practicality too. The integrated 20 MOA Picatinny rail gives you plenty of room to mount your optics securely. Whether you're running a low-power variable optic or something built for long range, the rail setup makes sure you're solid and steady. FN15D MR3. The FN15D MR3 is a battle-ready rifle. It is built for precision and reliability, plain and simple. It's something that you can use for survival, prepping, or just honing your marksmanship at the range. It delivers the kind of accuracy and performance that serious shooters demand. And by all means, FN didn't cut any corners on this one. Right off the bat, the barrel stands out as one of the DMR3's strongest features. It's an 18-inch hybrid profile barrel made from FN's proprietary machine gun barrel steel. This thing is cold hammer-forged and chrome-lined, which means it can handle a beating and keep going. The 1-in-8 twist rate is just right for stabilizing a variety of bullet weights, including the heavier stuff, so you've got a lot of flexibility depending on your mission or target. Topping it off is the Surefire Pro Comp 5.56 muzzle brake, which does a stellar job of keeping the muzzle flat and the recoil minimal. It works for both taking rapid shots and trying to stay on target. The handguard is another well-thought-out component. FN put a 15-inch free-floating aluminum M-lock handguard on this rifle, and I think it's one of the best you can get on a factory rifle. It's long enough to give you plenty of mounting space for lights, lasers, or whatever else you need, while also keeping the barrel free to do its job without interference. The free-floating design also helps in maintaining accuracy, which is crucial when you're stretching out the distance. The DMR3's trigger is also fantastic. In particular, it comes equipped with a Geissele G2S 2-stage precision trigger, and it's as crisp as advertised. It got that light, smooth first stage and a clean break in the second, which makes precision shooting feel almost effortless. Of course, I can't stress enough how important a good trigger is when you're trying to make accurate shots, especially when your life is on the line or if you're pushing out to longer distances. The gas system on this rifle is a rifle length system, which really smooths out the recoil impulse. It just feels softer and more controllable compared to shorter gas systems. That, combined with the Surefire Pro Comp 5.56 muzzle brake I mentioned a while ago, makes follow-up shots noticeably quicker. The bolt carrier group is built to mil-spec standards and coated with manganese phosphate, giving it durability and corrosion resistance, which is another detail that shows FN built this thing to outlast rugged use. Ergonomically, it's clear that FN thought about how this rifle would be used in the field. The Magpul MOE SLS stock and MOE grip feel comfortable and secure. whether you're shooting from a bench or maneuvering through rough terrain. Plus, the ambidextrous controls, including the charging handle and safety selector, make it accessible for both right and left-handed shooters.